To write a book's always something I've always wanted to do. Last year I worked hard and done my first DVD, which I was really proud of, went really well. And they say there's a book in everyone, and I've got a story to tell, so I thought I'd put it down on the computer and take it from there. And here it is. And it's called Catching Memories, and it changed from memorable captures or memorable seasons to catching memories. And the good thing about it, it's sort of like a two-meaning sort of title. You're catching up on memories from the past and also catching the fish in the title, catching. And that's how I come up with the title. It starts off quite a few years back when I first caught my first 40-pounder, and beyond that, over at Hammond and places like the lagoons over in Lee Valley, where I met a good lot of pals of mine, and we all fished together and moved to various other waters. Four of the lads that I sort of grew up with and fished with over the last 20 years have written their little chapters in here as well, because it's relevant to the story. And so we go from Hainault Park back in the 70s, where I first got like my first sort of interest in carp fishing, where I think it was a 22-pounder caught, my first ever big carp that I'd ever see on the bank, and that kind of set the spark in my head. And ever since then, I've never looked back. I've been fishing crazy. So we started off over there. It was never meant to be a biography. It was more supposed to be catching memories, but it turned into a little bit more of a life story rather than a full-blown biography, because I've missed out 10 years as a fishery manager, which I could have easily included, but I decided to leave that alone, maybe for another time, and just sort of highlight some of my most memorable catches over the last sort of 15, 20 years. So then we went over to the lagoons, which is over in the Lee Valley, literally where I live. All the laughs and jokes we got up to, all the pranks we played on each other, and along the way caught some cracking carp. Then we moved over to Sutton at Home, which is where I got really serious with my carp angling. 2 or 3 of my pals come with us, and we had a real good time over there. And basically we just move on to the sort of most of the waters that I've fished over the last 20 years, which include Yateley Car Park Lake, Cleveley Mere, Wellington Country Park, all over the place, and Croxley Hall. And I've done one subject on big commons, because I've been quite fortunate over the last few years to catch a number of big commons. And in it I sort of speak about why is it that there's always a big common in every lake, because everyone I know knows of a big common in a lake. And I was wondering, is it because in our dreams that's what we always want to catch, a big common, or does it go back to the Chris Yates legacy of and Dick Walker with the Clarissa back on the day in Redmire? I don't know, but every lake we always know someone who's caught a big common or seen a big common in the weed, and it's over 50 pounds and all that. So I started off this chapter about big commons. I said, is it a common sense, or is it just sheer luck that I've been lucky enough to catch these big fish? I've had so many highlights. I don't think I could pick any one particular one out. Catching my first English 40-pounder out of Sutton was unreal. I've always wanted to catch a Yateley carp, and I managed to catch the big orange at 45 pounds. So that was something that from a youngster I always wanted to do, and I achieved that. I've still got lots of ambitions. I want to catch a 40-pounder at my own lake as well. I was close this year of a 39 common. So, things like that really, things that are close to home now. I'd like to catch a 40 at my own lake. I think that's something for the future. But I've had many highlights, many. Also, it ain't all about the catches. The book's about a lot of losses. We all lose carp, whether people admit it or not. I've lost the parrot at the net over at Halton. I lost the Cotton Farm Big 'Em first night. It's all in the book for you to read. I did divert a little bit in the book, just about some of my film work. For about 5 years, I was involved started off as an extra, and then worked my way up to getting some really good roles in Bloody Sunday with Jimmy Nesbitt, and I worked on Gladiator, Band of Brothers, Saving Private Ryan. All of that's in there. It's just a little diversion away from the fishing. If you're on the bank, you tend to want to read about fishing, but it's nice to have a little mix, and I thought I'd include that in as well. I've spoke about my losses, my hardships on the bank, about the good times I had with my pals, or the jokes we got and the pranks we got up to. There's a bit of technical stuff in there if you read it. there's little methods that I've included that have done me, you know, good on other waters. You know, one particular water I went to, I used a certain method that's in the book, and I caught everything within. I started in the autumn and finished in the following spring, and I caught a lot. Well, caught all the ones I needed. So there is a little bit of technical stuff in there, maybe a few tips for people. I've been getting some good quotes back at the moment, and one of them on my Facebook at the minute has just said, in one word, addictive. He said I couldn't put it down until I'd finished it, and I've had a lot of people say that. So, you know, this is just the only way is to get it and read it, and I'm sure you'll like it.